Hello everyone, welcome into my messy desk. Today we're going to have a little fall free-for-all play, and I have been working to finish up this fall junk journal. Most of the papers on this one are from Sweet Pea Paper Paradise. So that's where that one's from. And then I'm going to use some of the memory decks cards that I created using Guided Creations printables to just kind of fill in some fun pockets. And that way you can see some of the things that you can also do with some beautiful memory decks cards. So if you wanted to see the making of these memory decks cards, we have been doing them as memory decks events on Facebook Lives with a bunch of other creators. There's a collaboration over there. So if you're interested in that, it is a monthly thing that happens on Facebook now. We're trying to bring these back. Aren't they just so cute? Love this. Hey, there's Leah in the house. Make all things with me. Hello, hello, hello. I would love it if you're not following, if you hit that like and subscribe and comment, do all the things. This one I made really interactive and I love it. Look at this. It goes flip. And then back here is a cute little pumpkin. And then in here, hi Diana, hi Robin, followed me on over. Well, thank you so much for following. This one here has a cute little note card in it with a little flower. So very fun. Now you can put these right onto a Rolodex. That's why they are called memory decks. A lot of times some people will put their information on the back, just like a Rolodex. You could put your address or your favorite things, any of those things. But you can also use them as little journaling cards if you don't have a Rolodex, or maybe you don't like to do that kind of thing. Maybe you have some extra ones like I have. They are also good to trade with friends. I really like putting friends' special dates on them, maybe birthdays or anniversaries or those kinds of things. And you can do them all in your little Rolodex by season or by month or what have you. So lots of fun things you can do with those. I always ask everybody on my Facebook Live what they are drinking. I am drinking sparkling ice, 0 sugar, black raspberry with caffeine. I need a little boost. It's that midday slump for me here. I am on the West Coast in the western side of Washington. So right now for me, we're in Pacific Standard Time and it's about 4 o'clock. I also made this on my Facebook Live the other day. Just a cute little booklet. This was a medication box. So, and some packaging paper, some leftover papers from some of the Guided Creations beautiful printables where I got these memory decks printables from. So very fun. Ladies to follow on Etsy, Guided Creation printables and Sweet Pea papers. Hi, Chris. Hello, tomorrow. This one was decoupage, so this image comes from a beautiful napkin that I have, and I love, love, love the texture of that paper. So much fun. So I thought we'd put a few little goodies in here. I didn't want to jazz it up too much because I want this to be able to be utilized for some note-taking, just, a cute little notebook that you maybe put in your purse or something like that. And I just thought about something. I might have some cute little elastic to put around there. I'll find it later. Just a hair tie elastic you could put around on the cover. And I was kind of thinking maybe this might be a really fun one to put on the cover. Look how cute that is. Although if we don't glue it just right, I would rather have all of these little bits on here glued down, because then they won't be, like if you toss it in a bag or something. Hi, Christy. It won't be ruined, as bad as this is like a much thicker piece. So if you have to have something hang over, that would be a better piece to do that with. So that could be a fun cover. What else did I have here? I had that beautiful sunflower one that could also make a nice cover piece here if we wanted to. I don't want to cover all of this beautiful background paper though, because I do really love it. So I also have a bunch of little scraps laying around. We're just going to have a good play with some of the things I have on my desk. Now these will be good to go on the little tags that I also have on my desk. We were playing with the Fiskars tag maker and eyelet setter punch on Tool Talk Tuesday on Facebook. So if you missed that, definitely check it out. We had some issues with that punch, which I haven't resolved yet, but we did make some tags. So we did get it done, but now we can decorate them and maybe put some more in this cute little booklet. I did put one in here, and I love how it's in there with an eyelet so you can kind of move it. And I think that is fun. So we'll maybe make a couple of those and finish filling in a couple of things on this beautiful journal that I have here, almost ready to go. Hello, Jenna. Hello, hello. So, if you were to make a journal like this, I've seen people do it before where they make like a little pocket on the cover or something where your little companion notebook can just like slide right in. And this becomes part of the cover, and you can leave it that way, or you can take it out and, then have a little writing journal and just a beautiful journal to go with it. That's not what this is, but you definitely could. And we're just going to have some fun decorating here, and we'll open this in just a minute. Let's play with some of these tags because I have some of these beautiful scraps that could go here. Look at these. These are just, now I have the makings of a beautiful masterboard right here because I have so many scraps on my desk. But since I have this cute little journal, I just thought I would maybe make some of these tags, can make them with some little extra lines here so we can put some extra journaling on some of the pages. We could also use these scraps to glue on some of the packaging paper that I have here. So this could easily just make a cute little note spot here, or even a little pocket. Let's turn this one into a pocket. Hi, Dana. Hello, friends. Hello. Thank you so much for joining me on YouTube Live. We being the Artistry Collective, are trying to bring back our weekly Wednesday lives. So spread the word that we are live here on Wednesdays. It's myself, and then Make All Things with me, Leah, and Christy from Christy's Crafty Cottage. And we all have YouTube channels we are trying to grow, so we would love your support in that, and that is free. Follows are free. We love your comments. We love hearing from you. We love hearing about the things that you like to see us make, or maybe some upcoming themes you'd like to see. We weren't quite ready to dive into Christmas crafts on these lives just yet, so we're bringing you more fall fun. And we thought a fall free-for-all would be just kind of fun. You can make whatever you want to make that's fall. So, of course, it was a perfect opportunity for me to work on some of these fall things that I have been working on. Okay, so let's go ahead. I just tore the white edges off of this paper. Now we can leave the extra room that's down here, or we can turn it and have the extra room at the top, depending on which side you want this printable. So even though this looks like maybe to me it was supposed to be this way, I can still turn it and put it this way. And I love that about these printables. You can kind of have a little bit of creative license to put them however you see fit. So I'm going to glue this one this way, and I'm going to glue it here and down this way. Yeah, it's a hard thing to balance as far as when to start crafting for certain holidays and things, because some people are like, oh, I just don't even want to think about it yet. And other people are like, oh my gosh, I don't have enough time to make all the things, make all the handmade goodies and still decorate my house and do all of the things. So, and I understand now why the stores do what they do, because you've got to be able to have access to the materials if you are a serious maker. Maybe you are making 200 cards or something to send out. I, for one, will not be making that many cards. I don't send out many handmade cards anymore. I always have the best of intentions and just never get it completely done. And I don't ever want to leave anyone out that thinks that they were supposed to get a card from me. So that can be kind of troublesome as well. And then sometimes I just like to go, okay, well, I'd still like to send a card. I don't have time to make any. But then when people say, oh, you're a paper crafter, why didn't you make your card? That's weird. So it's a really weird thing. I say just give people grace. And if they happen to remember you with a paper card or gift at Christmas time, a handmade gift, oh my gosh, that is just amazing. So I saw a friend get some beautiful Happy Mail the other day that was literally just boxes of fabric scraps. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. So, to each their own treasure. Okay, so since we made this a little pocket here, we can just slip one of these tags right in, and look how perfect that's going to be. Now, I was thinking this might be it's a struggle, that's for sure. This might be a perfect little gratitude journal. You could write some things that you are thankful for, some people you're thankful for, maybe some quotes, inspirational quotes to help get you through the season. Because I know for some people, it's difficult for one reason or another. It might just be that it's stressful, or maybe you're missing someone at the holidays, or multiple people. I know I don't have many of my own family left alive. So I do have a beautiful family in North Carolina that's kind of adopted me, though. So I am so grateful to them. Hi, Debbie. And then, of course, I have my online friends here, which I am so blessed to have, because you guys definitely keep me company and keep me going. So thank you. Thank you for that. Huge, huge thank you. Okay, so let's keep going. You can also use some envelopes. Now, these ones, where did I get these? Probably Hobby Lobby. I don't know. Probably on clearance. Jana loves handmade cards and has a friend that sends you one every birthday and Christmas. That's wonderful. Yeah, I always feel so blessed by some people. I got a beautiful card in the mail the other day, and it was a handmade card from a friend just saying that she appreciates my friendship and wanted to send me a little cheery note, and I thought that was just amazing. So thank you, Sharon. You know who you are. Hi, Miriam. Yes, the sunflowers and pumpkins and all the things. Okay, so this is just you can get these at Hobby Lobby. They have different sizes. This one comes with 8. So this is 2.25 by 3.5-inch cards, or there is in centimeters if you rather read it that way. And they're just little cards and envelopes, and you can get these in like well, Hobby Lobby has a whole section of just little note cards. But these are great for both journals and whatever you have here. This can just glue right in here. We could ink it to tone it down, and then look, it can just flip up and be a little extra place to add some fun notes. You can also cut this on your own. Literally just a rectangle of paper here and fold it in half. But you don't get the envelope that way. You could make your own envelope, though. Maybe you have a template or a printable template or an envelope punch board, something like that. Fun, fun, fun. All right, we're going to tone down this orange just a little bit. It's I don't know if you guys can see. It's just a little loud. And we could put this in as, what was I going to say? We could put this in as a pocket, but I'm not going to, because the paper is not quite big enough. And it's already, like, we could put a little tuck spot up here, or one on the side, or whatever. This is just a single signature journal, just some place to write some notes in, maybe, or some thoughts, or whatever you want to do. Maybe you have some planning, holiday planning, maybe Thanksgiving planning. Maybe you just want to collect some flowers or some leaves as the seasons are changing. Anything like that will go. That is the beauty of a junk journal, in my opinion. You can make it fit for whatever you want it to be. A lot of people will ask me, what do you do with this now that it's this way? Well, you can add some pictures. Maybe you have some pets that like to play in the leaves, or maybe grandkids or whatever. Maybe you want to take pictures of their Halloween costumes. Any of those things will work for sure. But if you just want it as a little place to just jot some notes, that works as well. Beautiful shopping list. And sometimes, it's funny, sometimes we don't think about, hi Eileen, sometimes we don't think about our handwriting as something to cherish, really. I know sometimes I don't feel like mine is something to cherish. However, generations down the line, if they were to get this little notebook, even if it just says, my pumpkin pie recipe is this, I would love to have found a little booklet like this that maybe my grandmother had kept. I would definitely cherish something like that. So don't count your handwriting out, for sure. Let's see. Let's give some color here. I feel like we need some kind of color. Let's try some fossilized amber, if I can dig it out of my stack here. We'll add a little yellow. Fossilized amber is a great yellow, and I'm not usually keen on yellows and oranges, but when it comes to fall and even like bee journals or sunflower journals, I'm definitely starting to embrace some of those colors. So I'm just going to take my ink pad and rub it on the page here, but you don't have to do that. And in fact, when you do that, if you do that, be really careful because you can get paper cuts on your ink pads. So just be gentle, or use an ink dabber or inking sponge or something like that. But I really like the look. Pressing the ink pad on there gives really adds that extra pop of color. You could also get this similar effect with some sprays or other mediums as well. Okay, let's put this one here too. And this is Distress Oxide ink by Ranger. Again, the color is Fossilized Amber. Okay. You might also put some of your ink onto your glass mat or an acrylic block and spray it with some water and kind of smush it around too. That's really fun. I like doing a little bit of everything with the ink so that you get all kinds of effects, but look how awesome it pulls out all of those wrinkles in this packaging paper. And would still leave some room if you want to just write your own note-taking over this. That would be perfect. When you saw me make this little book, you thought of making a fun one to record your blood sugar. Oh, that would be great. Oops, where did they go? There's because you hate doing it, but at least it would be a cute booklet. Yes, absolutely. So if you were to do that, you could just put the date and your number, or date. You could write the date up here and then write your times and the number and the number. And sometimes, depending if you take injectable insulin or not, your doctor or endocrinologist might want to know how many units you corrected with. So you could write the date up here, write the time, and then write how many units your blood sugar and how many units of insulin you took. Or if you are not taking injectables, maybe you will write that this was your AM one and you took your pill, or something like that. Or just score your numbers. That's kind of what it comes to for those of us that have to do that kind of testing. It's like another day of numbers, which can be really mundane. So if you can make it be on pretty paper, why not? Okay, so let's make this one go this way, and then we'll put another tag right into that pocket. I agree. If you have to do something that is not fun, at least you can decorate it with some pretty paper. And this would just be a cute little portable book you could put into your purse or a backpack or something like that. Yeah, that's right. So this was just a sinus medication box, but you could use a Jell-O box. I've used Jell-O boxes before. It's literally super tiny. I did show how to make this on my Facebook Live the other day. So it's like 3.5 by 3.5. It's just a square, and the spine is like a 1-inch spine. And I guess it would be considered a 2-hole pamphlet stitch. I just poked 2 holes and bound the papers in there like that. So very cute. Now this is almost the center of the signature, but I think we need something in there. So let's go ahead and put this one on there. I'm also using frayed burlap. That is one of my favorite colors lately. I just love it. It kind of matches everything. But if you don't like the browns, you can definitely use any of those fall colors or any of your favorite colors. The color palette for at least the distress inks and oxides is vast, so there is a rainbow of colors you can use. If you are not a fan of the brown tinge or vintage-like or grunge look or whatever you want to call it, you can add your own flair with other colors. All right, so let's put this one here, and we'll make it a pocket, and we'll put one of those little tags in there. So I will often put my pockets in. I hold my fingers where I don't want to glue, because especially while I'm talking or while I'm working, I might forget where I don't want to glue. And that just kind of helps keep me in check there. We'll press this down. And now we'll add some ink to this other side, give it a little color, a little flavor. And I'm just kind of haphazard with this inking. I don't really think about it too much. It kind of goes a little bit of everywhere, and that's okay because fall in nature is just really random. If you look outside right now here in the Pacific Northwest, the trees are all different colors. There's yellow, reds, greens, oranges. I love it. Um, You're torn between frayed burlap and scattered straw for the next spray. Oh, yes, both of those are good. Very, very good. You can't go wrong with either one. I will let you make that determination, but I will tell you, I do use a lot of frayed burlap right now. It is totally one of my favorites. All right, and maybe we'll just put this fun little tag in here. This is a really bright orange again, so gonna give it some of this ink to just kind of give it a little something. Not quite so bright, but a little pop of color is okay as well. And we could put this ribbon that I have here on my desk around these tags, but I won't bore you with that because I'm not that great at it. It fits very snugly through here, and it takes me just a little bit to get it done. Now that one looks like it's sticking out a little bit more. If you don't like this sticking out here, let's just cut it off and readjust. So we'll just take our scissor. You could use, you could tear it. You could use a cutting board. We're just going to cut just a little smidgen off. And yes, we do have to re-ink if we want it inked all around. That's all right, though. Just takes a couple seconds. There we go. And that now fits in there a lot better. And we have this fun little snippet. We could use this as like a little cluster on a side of the page here, just to use up these scraps. All right. And I don't want to put something on every single page, but it is nice to just, you know, even that brush of ink on there. Basically just to know that, yes, I saw this page. I'm leaving it like it is because I think it's just adds some color and a beautiful way to tie it all together. And of course, you could put this in a splatter box and just spray these pages instead of rubbing with ink. That would absolutely work as well. Now, sometimes you will see artists, junk journal artists, skip around in their books a lot, and sometimes I remember earlier on thinking, gosh, there's just no rhyme or reason to the way that they are working, but then I figured it out. So you can see I'm guilty of it here. I've put a lot of things towards the front of this signature. This book is only one signature, but if you just work, you know, there's no wrong way to work, but I'll tell you the reason that I skip around. Some people like to get their book. They like to work from cover to cover and just be done with it. They know that they've hit every page the way that they wanted to and all of the things. One bad thing about doing it that way, or one, not really bad thing, I guess disadvantage, is you might run out of paper, which sounds crazy because we all have tons of paper. But, you know, when you're working with a printable, it's not such a big deal because you can print some more. But maybe if you have a paper pack, I know some of my favorite paper packs, the Stamperia ones, you don't get a lot of papers with those, so you kind of have to be paper sparing. So what I like to do is work a little here at the beginning, flip to the middle or to the next signature and work a little bit there, and then flip to the next one and work a little bit there. And that's the reason why, because then my paper is kind of scattered out throughout the whole book rather than all just at the front, which has happened to me on occasion, even when I was trying to really be mindful of that. Okay, so this is just a little scrap. I think it looks perfect here on this little note card that we did. Let's get some glue. I'm not going to make it a pocket or anything. It's on the cover of this little note card. So we'll just go ahead and glue this down and just let it decorate that little note card really cutely. I do also have some little things. These were from Guided Creation Printables, and I love when they give you some sayings to work with. Now, I personally won't put this one because pumpkin spice does not make everything nice for me. I am very allergic to cinnamon, so this time of year gets a little frustrating. But look at this one. Sweater weather is better together. I love that one. Family is a blessing. Thankful, grateful, and humble. So we could put thankful, grateful, and humble all together, and this could just be a little gratitude, a little journal. And, even if you are using it for I was just reading this one, goodness gracious, even if you are just using it like somebody suggested for a little notebook to record your blood sugars, or maybe you're keeping track of your blood pressures or whatever, even grateful and humble can still be there. It's fall, y'all. Family, friends, and fun. Sweet as pumpkin pie. Blessed and thankful. Sometimes it's hard to remember to feel blessed and thankful when you are having to track, like everything becomes a number. That's okay, Rhonda. I don't hate on you. I know you love chai. The only thing I ask is people that do stuff like that, and I try to be mindful with my drinks as well, because I know, like my mother-in-law, I'm always excited when it's like pumpkin spice season is over and now we're on to eggnog and mint, peppermint. But my mother-in-law is allergic to mint. So in trying to be mindful of people who have other allergies, if I'm in a public place with a drink or a smell or something like that, I put a lid on it. Literally put a lid on your cup, because then those smells are stuck inside the cup. They're a little less bothersome to somebody who you might be sitting next to. Maybe you're in some kind of a public place or something. And that is one thing you can do to help those of us with allergies. Most of us greatly appreciate the effort. And it really helps a lot. I used to work for this doctor, and she would come in with her chai latte every morning, and there was no lid on that cup. And she's trying to give me a report and like tell me all the things that she wants, and like my throat is starting to swell, and I'm like, okay, that's great, but if you really want me to make it through this day with you, you've got to put a lid on that cup. And she was like, oh, you're telling me to put a lid on it? I'm like, yes, put a lid on it. So, we all experience things differently. I know there's so many different allergies out there. It'd be hard to be mindful of everyone's allergies. Ooh, look how that changed colors. I love that. But, that is one little thing you can do. Okay, see how I did a lot of the things towards the front. I haven't really I put the pocket here with the little tag, then I put my note card here with a little paper decorating it, then I did some inking. I think I kind of inked all the way through, but my extras kind of stop here. So for the last half, there's nothing extra. So, it could just be writing paper, and if you like that kind of style, that's totally fine. But I kind of feel like I should add something else back here so that my whoever winds up with this little journal doesn't get bored as they're getting through the back. And they can't be like, well, what happened the rest of the book? Where did it go? So we'll put in, I've got a little tag here. And let's see, we can find even this little piece of paper. There's not a lot decorating this here, but I think it would still make a cute little tuck spot, or we could even make it be a little tuck this way, which might be a little better suited here. And then we could put a couple of those little labels on here. Super fun. Now, this also might be really great if you have, I know some younger generations might be getting ready to prepare Thanksgiving dinner or something, and maybe you just want to write down, some cute little sayings or something to encourage them, and maybe a few recipes or photos of recipes that are family traditional recipes. I know when my grandmother passed away, I was fortunate enough to have asked one year just for a recipe book with all of the recipes that we liked for Christmas. And my mom did do that one year. And I found it after my grandma had passed. And I just burst into tears of happiness for being able to have some of those recipes that they weren't anything fancy, but they were what I was used to growing up with. Special cookies that my grandma made around Christmas time, or, just something simple that she put on top of her yams. Things that you get used to as your own, hi Dondi, as your own, you know, familial pass downs recipes. So it's nice to have those. Now, look at this. I'm also guilty of this. I'm a right-handed person, so I typically will decorate the right side versus the left side, and I know this about myself. So I have been trying to be more aware. We'll go ahead and put this one on the left side, just because I know that I typically decorate more of the right side of the pages. All right, we'll go ahead and glue this one in. We'll give it a second to dry while we are working on this little tag here. Make sure I didn't glue it to any other page before it. There we go. Perfect. Now this also can strengthen some of your pages as well if you're using, like, this is just really thin packaging paper, and I love it. It has a beautiful crinkle to it. Oh yeah, that would be great. You're going to do a journal at Christmas or maybe Thanksgiving for people to write in. We did that last year. Because Bella was a new addition, my grandbaby was a new addition to our family, and so everybody just wrote a little something to her that said, you know, basically the joy that she brought. We hadn't had a little baby in our family for over 20 years. So just the joy that she brought having an infant back at our Christmas again was wonderful. And it was so nice to see. Even my husband wrote a little note. You know, he's not usually one that writes or journals or anything like that. So he hates his handwriting and whatever, but he still complied with my request and just wrote her a little note. And then after Christmas, I was supposed to go in and put pictures in. I haven't done it yet, but I do still have the book, and it's not quite the next Christmas yet. But this Christmas, we should have yet another baby to welcome into our family. So, you know, just kind of writing some little comments about what it might be to have some younger generations in our family once again, because my youngest is going to be 21 at the end of this month. So yeah, it will definitely be fun with her this year. Okay, let's see. Goodness gracious, that's so cute. What one do we want to use here? Let's do warm and cozy, because that is what I get both. You know, fall season means the end of summer, which if you've had a really hot summer, sometimes it can also mean a little bit of relief from the heat. But it does mean some cooler weather, and I live in Western Washington, so we layer up here because we never know. Is it going to rain? Is it going to be windy? Is it going to be crummy weather outside? What's it going to be? And then the next minute it could be totally fine and sunny. So we just wear layers. At least my family does. Layers to just keep you comfortable. That way you're always prepared and have what you need. So yes, I like that warm and cozy sweater weather. I love wearing my long sleeves. I don't like the body aches that kind of come with the colder weather, but usually it doesn't hit me too bad until winter is here. But you can see, you can just put this down in the corner, still leave a little bit of room to write. You could also put it at the top corner, so it's like a little journaling prompt. I kind of like that. You could put on the side here. You can add a little lace or a ribbon or make it a cluster, or you can just keep it super simple and just glue it on. Just glue it on. I added ink and I'm just going to glue it. Sometimes the decorative part, like before, I think this was cute before we started anything on it today. So if you just want to keep it simple, keep those packaging papers in there so you can write, or it doesn't even have to be packaging paper. It could just be notebook paper. Could be any stationery that you have. Maybe you've gotten some mailers that are kind of fall festive. Maybe you've gotten some ads from a local grocery store and you just want to cut out some pumpkins or some gourds. Or if you have a beautiful printable, a lot of times these printables really aren't that pricey, so they're fun to work with and add extra beauty to your projects, because when you start with beautiful things, it's so hard not to make something beautiful. So I love that part of using printables and beautiful scrapbook papers. Maybe you have a scrapbook stash. If you don't, I bet you might have a friend out there that has a scrapbook stash that they would either share with you or give to you or one of something like that, because I've heard so many people say, well, I'm done with scrapbooking. I'm just going to junk journal. Well, friends, I hate to tell you, but a lot of the supplies are very similar. Oh, what did I miss? You love the wrinkled papers. Yes, you're hoping to be able to spend Christmas with your mom. It'll be the first in 20 years, and you need to make a journal for those memories. Absolutely. The new baby, there is some complications. My daughter is a type 1 diabetic, so she's a very high-risk pregnancy. New baby is due in November. They're thinking she's going to have to go about 3 weeks early because of her liver, and there's issues with placenta when you're diabetic and all the things. So long story short, probably the first week in November, which is when my daughter's birthday is. I have two daughters. My youngest daughter, she's going to be 21 at the end of the month here, and then my other daughter that's pregnant, her birthday is November 5th. So we'll see if baby Sophia comes on Mariah's birthday or right around it. Okay, now see how this edge here has some, it's all torn. I love that. And I love how this paper that I'm putting on here doesn't match. Let's turn this down so you guys can see a little better. It doesn't match. The edges don't line up. If that's not for you, cut it straight. If that's what you need to do, measure it, cut it straight, do all the things. It is totally fine to make it your own. Now this little tag can maybe go right in there if I put this over the edge. And again, it's on the right side, but I kind of like it that way, at least for this page. Now, if you notice a trend in the way that you're crafting, it's not a bad thing. You don't have to deny yourself of those, what feels right. For me, a lot of times what feels right is on the right side, because I live in a right-handed world, and I know this about myself. I try to be aware and sometimes remember that left side that's over there. But if you forget, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Maybe on the left side, it will cause a new kind of consensus through your book. Maybe the left side is where you put your photos and the right side is where you do your journaling and your ephemera, and that's totally okay, or vice versa. Maybe you are a lefty, and if you are a lefty, I commend you, because my good friend that I used to scrapbook with is a lefty, and using scissors for her was such a challenge. I remember I bought her first paper trimmer because I thought, man, this is going to change her cutting life, because she'll be able to use her left hand to just cut straight, because she was using her right hand to scissor like this. She would hold the paper here and try to scissor this way, and man, she always struggled with cutting. So yeah, the struggle can be totally real. Now see up here where you have this little space, we could put in a fun little word. And if you don't have these from printables, you can look through magazines and maybe, those junk mail flyers that come in. I'm going to put thankful in this one, because no matter what you want to document in here, be it recipes or memories or quotes or something that you have to track, there is always a reason to remember to be thankful. All right. And I think people are more mindful about it during this time of year, because, the Thanksgiving holiday kind of helps you to remember to be thankful, but it is nice to remember that there's always something to be thankful for in just about any situation. And trust me, I've been through some pretty crummy situations. So just knowing that now, today, those are yesterday's memories, and we can keep it on and be thankful doing it. There we go. Okay, see, now we've added just a couple little things towards the back. You don't have to do every page, just something to make sure that you've got some interesting things to kind of get you through the rest of this little notebook. And I think that I am going to glue this little memory decks one on here. And I'm going to try to get all of these. Now, if you don't like that it's hanging over and things. You can trim off some of these edges. That is the beauty of fussy cutting. You can kind of decide what you need or don't need, but I don't really mind that this little pumpkin here sticks over. And like I said, I think I'm going to use a little elastic to make this a closure, maybe put a couple little beads on here, any of those things. Now this one I did punch with my Memory Decks punch, and it doesn't bother me that it looks like that on the cover. You can kind of still see those holes, but that gives you an extra opportunity to see that paper in the background, and I like that. So we're going to go ahead and just glue this down. Now I want to not glue where it's going to hang over, otherwise I'll have a gluey mess. But I also want to make sure I get... Oh, look at me gumming up this glue. Now this is my first week using my Barely Art glue. And I don't like glue that gums up or gets stuck in the nozzle. So far I haven't had that happen. I've mostly kept my little pin on the glue. So there's that. And okay, I did not glue right there, so we'll just go ahead and glue this down. And when you have a cover like this and you're trying to glue it flat, turn it over and just kind of, you can open up to that front page and just press. Give it a good press instead of trying to go over all the bumps of your pages. You can even use your brayer or use a bone folder. We'll wipe off any of that extra glue that's hanging out over the side. And now we could even put a little piece of trim or something here, piece of lace up here to kind of give that something to have a little more sturdiness as well. But I really love the way that this has turned out. We could put, let's put a little word on there. What do we want it to say? Thankful. We could do thankful, grateful, and humble. Maybe we'll do that. We'll just glue them like right there. Or you could do thankful, grateful, and blessed. Those are smaller and individual. We could do that. There's thankful. And we'll scroll on over here. It is fun, right? It's so pretty. And it was just going to be something thrown away. It was from last month. We all had some kind of terrible sinus funk going on my household here. And it took a little while to shake it. So it's nice to take, you know, if you have to purchase these expensive over-the-counter medications and you feel so cruddy, it's nice when it's all over and you have some more energy to be able to make something beautiful out of the packaging. And packaging is everywhere. People would tell me, because it's no secret, I love to, I've been called the mac and cheese box artist or the noodle queen. I love to craft with noodle boxes, and some people tell me, well, I just don't eat processed carbs, or I don't eat those kind of carbs, or I don't, whatever. Okay, well then raid your medicine cabinet, raid your any other things that you're ordering from Amazon, or perfume comes in a fun box. I just am making, with my private group, I am making a really fun journal out of some pain medication cream. And I love the size of the box. I can't wait to show everyone here that when it's done. Packaging literally is everywhere. So, you know, maybe you bought a new phone cord and it comes with that. Maybe you bought a new makeup, or maybe you're going to make some Jell-O puffy salad, which is one of my absolute favorites, if you couldn't tell. Or a cake or cupcakes or whatever it is. Maybe you are restocking some of the things in your pantry. You can look for some packaging there. Oh, I think I really like that. We need to ink it though, and then we'll glue it down and it'll be perfect. And then I think we still have a few minutes to look at my other book, and we'll glue in some of those Memory Decks cards in there as well. Okay, and you can wrinkly these up if you want them to have some wrinkles as well. I do really like them with the ink on them. It just really kind of fits the tone of these papers. Again, like I said, if you don't like the grungy look, don't worry. They have an orange and a green and a yellow for you too, or whatever color floats your boat. There is so many colors out there. Okay. And we'll go ahead and glue that kind of in a curve around, like a little arch around. And you could still put like a little, if you like to do bling, you could put a little gemstone here at the beginning or the end of these little words, kind of accent them, or you can just keep it flat like it is. Add some Nouveau over it, whatever you like. Maybe add some stickles to these flowers. Perfect. Or this might be a little fun journal that you send to a friend. This would definitely make my day if I received something like this in the mail, for sure. So I think as a last little step, I might put a little charm on here or some beading on here. But I won't make you guys watch me do that because the struggle is real. Okay, let's go ahead and flip to the other book now, and we'll add some of these other little pieces. But that was really great. I made some of these little tags on my Facebook Live the other day because we were trying out this punch, and they did not go to waste with this. So that's great. All right, here it is. This is the book. I love this one. This paper is by Sweet Pea Papers. Yes, and they are on Etsy and Facebook as well. Look at this little squirrel. I love the squirrel behind the door. Like it's just hibernating there. Love it. I did put some crackle paste on here, but I don't think I did it thick enough. I'm going to have to go over that if I really want to crackle because it just kind of looks like just some lines in there. And these are some of the leftover ephemera pieces I have to glue down. Now I love this one. It says, I love fall most of all. And I did get some Nouveau up here. So this is beautiful. When you open this part of the book, it kind of covers that fabric that is in the center. Now this is one of the books that I started my my Reader's Digest mass make journal session with here on YouTube. I'm embarrassed to say I didn't really finish them, and it's been a couple years now, I think. But I got kind of stumped trying to figure out how to show each individual cover and still keep it interesting. So as time goes on, you will see some of these journals kind of trickle through. I did 15 of them at one point in time, and it's great because just about any theme that I need to do a journal for, I've already got ready to go. I've got pages in, I have the books broke down, I have it's totally ready to go, and you can alter it or decorate it to match just about any theme that you're working with. So, and even if the pages are already in there, you can do little tip-ins and things like that to keep it going. Okay, so given that this is just a little card, there's that little squirrel again. I love it. And this printable paper had these little floral blossoms here and little spots of blue. And the paper I already had in the book was this one. This is not a printable, but look how cohesive they are. They just match perfectly, and I love it. Okay, so these can go into pages like this if you want to make it a little pocket, or if you want to make a pocket and slip this in like this so when it comes out, you can see both sides, or a little pocket like that. I've got a couple of other side pockets. Let's see if this is too deep to fit in here. It could go right here, actually. This one. Yes, I love that. Look at that. Just fits right into that pocket. This is a Memory Dex card. Memory Dex is like Rolodex, but made for memories. So no worries. Can be just a little journaling card too. If you don't collect them, you can definitely add them to your journals, just like so. And it's perfect in there. Maybe we'll add this to the back there. That was a piece from the printable that allows you to kind of have a little file folder. I haven't inked it or done anything to it yet, but I think I will add some paper back there. Okay. And this spot here, these were some fun little journaling cards that came with the paper collection. So you can see, you can just put those right into a side pocket. Or we can add another one of our fun little Memory Dex cards right in there. Let's see. This one would be good because it has a fun tab on it. And I have spots here to write on both sides. So, you know, I was thinking of this one. If you put in your Rolodex, you could put all of your family October, November, September, October, November, like your fall birthdays. That could be fun. And this one says it's fall, y'all. So then if you're flipping through your Rolodex, you could turn it over and see. But if you don't want to do something like that, that's maybe not your jam. It can just fit right into your journal here. And with the little tab on there, I love that. So that can just hang out right there. And then this book has 2 signatures. So what I need to do now, I've put 2 in this front signature so far. And you can see how easy it would be to keep going and go, oh, here's a spot. But I need to flip back to the second signature because I have 2 of these left. And I would like to put some in here. I don't always make all of my signatures exactly the same, but it is kind of nice to if they have some of the same pieces. So then they're just a very cohesive piece. Cohesive work, I guess. Now this is the inside of a pocket here on the inside of the signature, so that might be kind of fun to put this cute little scarecrow right there. Now we won't be able to see anything that's on the back if I glue him down, but we could make it another little pocket and put a tag in there. Very cute. And this one is interactive, so there is this little envelope here that has this little note card here that comes out like that. And this one also has the little pumpkin that comes out of the top. And of course, you can change those around or put something different in there, whatever it is. So this one, if we glued it down flat, it would be movable. Oh, I really kind of like it right there, I think. So this one, since it already has 2 pockets, I'm not going to make any more. I'm just going to go ahead and glue that one down. Let's see. And if you have any pages that maybe they are a little lacking for something decorative on there, these are great to put on there because it will give you some kind of a little extra decor. I'm just going to go ahead and glue this guy right here, adding plenty of glue because it is a little bit thicker. I printed on cardstock rather than printer paper. And just so the card would be nice and sturdy if I chose to put it in a Rolodex. And yes, you can still have interactive pieces in your Memory Dex cards. You can put them in your little Rolodex holder and still have those moving pieces. Now, if you're using like a little box to flip through, you might not be able to open everything without taking the card out. But if you have the traditional, I guess, vintage, or even the Heidi Swap one that holds your cards, you will be able to open the little flap and use the little pocket. How's everybody doing? Who's making a fall journal? I would love to hear. Ah, you made one like this. Good, good, good. And of course, I couldn't help myself. I had to make one where there's a little peeker. A little guy that bursts through the paper just to say hello. Now we could put him inside here, so he's kind of inside this little flap, but he is a little bumpy. Eileen's gonna be making a fall journal. Awesome. Love it. Now see, I do have some of these. I just put some little labels in here, but this could probably fit right in there if it was a little smaller. I think that's a good spot. Some of these pockets, if you put these in, put your extra pieces of ephemera, because then when you are ready to go through and journal, or whoever gets the journal is ready to journal, they can grab these little labels and add them to things as well. I think that is a really fun way to add something extra. Now this, we could easily glue it going this way so that you have this little decorative edge. You can kind of still see him there. If you were creating this as you were making your journal, you could have turned him the other way. You're working on Christmas stuff already. And I say already, I don't mean anything bad by that. I know it gets here so fast. And if you have so many things to make, you know, there's never too soon to get started. I know some people start in like June, Christmas in July. People start all kinds of whenever works best for their schedule. I think I kind of like him right here because then you can write all around this and you can still see this piece back here, which I love. So, and then this little piece is just a little dangle there of some trim. You're loving the journal. Thank you. Yes, it was really fun to put together. Okay, so I'm just going to put my fingers right about where I don't want to glue, and we'll glue everything else down the whole way around. All right, my time is just about over. Next up is Make All Things With Me. It's Leah. I'm going to scooch this down just a little bit. See, I need my glue to allow me to change my mind. And this glue, it's good glue, I have to say, but it barely gives me enough time. It does give me time that art glitter glue does not give me, but I'm used to my tonic and Prima glues, and they definitely give me the time. But in all fairness, I wanted to try this one, and it is, as people would say, somewhere between the art glitter glue and some of the others. So I'm still able to use it, but I still have to move kind of quickly. All right, there is our cute little scarecrow peeker. I love him. This one is by Guided Creation Printables, and there was a freebie that has this little guy there. So if you are looking for that, you can go to the Guided Creation Printables page and get some of those freebies. Now this one was just a cute little little card that has this word on it, and it shows you how to use it. It's not really a definition, but it's kind of the same kind of a thing, like a flashcard. So that is living in there. Love some of this other stuff. You know, these were some little tabs that have pumpkin pies on them. Again, if you're going to make that other little book, you could put these little tabs on there. Yes, you guys are so welcome. I hope you will feel inspired to make some sort of a fun little craft. Now look, this tag, I put a blue eyelet in the other day just because we were trying to get this eyelet setter to work, and there are touches of blue in this journal, so this little tag can easily fit in here, and the blue won't stand out like a sore thumb in this book, so that's good. And just goes to show you that you can mix your colors. This one has some kind of pinks and peaches, all of those things. And just as long as you keep it cohesive throughout the whole book, there is no harm or foul in doing that. Do what you love. Do the colors that you love. Do all the things. Just have fun when you are creating. That is the most important part. So friends, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for all of us in the Artistry Collective today. We really appreciate your help and support to grow. And I hope that you will go check out the next creator. Leah is quite lovely. I'm not sure what she is creating today, but it'll be something fall and it'll be something fun. And then up after her is Christy from Christy's Crafty Cottage. So have a great rest of your evening, and definitely go check out the rest of the collective. And we'll see you next week here on Frapps and Scraps. Thanks so much for tuning in. Oh, thanks, Robin. That's so great.